We're back.
We're
Scam
back, baby.
Podcast.
New year.
I'm Josh. That's Malcolm. That's Malcolm. For some reason, when I look at it, you're over here, but when on the playback, you're over there. So,
See, the way I'm looking at it, you're up here.
oh yeah, because I'm always on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ain't no fucking bottom, dog.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for everybody that tuned in on Twitch today. We had a few listeners of the podcast that jumped on, so I appreciate that. If you're not following us on Twitter and Instagram at @scam_podcast. Follow us on Twitch, scam_podcast. If you're listening to audio only, follow us on YouTube, 2 words, Scam Podcast. If you're watching YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. Much appreciated as always. Malcolm, how are you feeling right now, man? End of the world is upon us.
I just got back from Washington.
Yeah, I saw you in the video in the Capitol building.
Yeah, I had the horns on my head.
Yeah. Fucking Davy Crockett or whatever the fuck.
I texted you. I was like, is that Jason Momoa, dude? Because I was watching Frontier with my old lady, dude. It looks just like him.
He also had the tattoos.
Yeah, exactly,
he had the tattoos on his chest. Yeah.
I was going to send you another video, too. Somebody had a video of that guy. He's like, he's like, Venezuelan people, you can rise up too. Blah, blah, blah.
Yo, those people were Looney Tunes, man. Looney Tunes.
Oh, yeah.
So what's crazy is,
but I liked it though. I was like,
oh, it was entertaining.
If only they were doing this for the right reasons.
Not only the right reasons, if only like what they were doing made any difference. Like they got in, and then there was no demands.
I know. I was
no
like,
plan.
Come on, get Pelosi or McConnell, dude. Just fucking bring him to the gallows, dude. Somebody had a gallows set up.
All right, so check us out, right? So there's video, like someone posted on TikTok actually, of like the like how they broke in from the side. Like one of the angles, like at some point the police just gave up and they just removed the barricades at some point. But before that was taken out of context though. That was already when it was like the point of no return. They're like, let's just not let it get violent. Let them get in and then we'll let them out after. Which they did. Once they didn't forcefully remove them. They just asked them to leave and they all left. Which is crazy because it just seems like wonder what the difference is between the protesters and the people that were in the Capitol building, like
the cops and Trump supporters.
Exactly. Yeah. So
did you see the video of the one black cop inside the Capitol?
That's
building?
what I was gonna say. So wait. So I was gonna say. So the other angle shows like before that other video where they open the gates, where they actually like break through and they're throwing shit and fighting people. Well, when they break through, somehow, some way, these cops did fucking such a good job because they didn't kill any of them. I mean, I guess one lady did end up getting shot, but they were all in like, they didn't know if those guys had guns. They didn't know what those guys' intentions were. And they didn't just open fire, like open season on these guys, which they should have. Like I'm watching this, like they should just be shooting these dudes because they were coming in droves. Now that black cop, I don't think he was a cop. I think he was a security guard because he kept pulling up the nightstick. And then he had pepper spray. He never pulled his gun out, and I didn't see a gun on his hip. But he was very patient. He just kept backing up.
The look on his face was like, man, I need to quit this motherfucker.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Now, dog. That is not what I'm paid for, dog.
He was very patient. He kept being like, come on, man, go back, go down the stairs.
When he finally gets to all the other cops, is like, yeah, you need to leave now.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I think he was a security guard, and then he got to the cops. You know what I mean? So maybe he might have been a cop. I don't know. He just never pulled his gun out. But
I hope they're scared. I hope the senators are scared and they're like, all right, this is the thing.
It's not gonna make any difference.
You get all these left protests in the summer. Now you got these right protests like just going into the Capitol building. It's like, maybe there's something wrong with Congress because they both hate us.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. That's part of it, but I think what happened yesterday was
if those motherfuckers got a hold of anybody, right, left, they were dead.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and vice versa. And vice versa.
Oh my God, it would have been Gaddafi, dude.
They would have been sacrificing
irony.
They would have been sacrificing themselves though, because they wouldn't have made that out of there alive. And if they did, they would never see. They'd be in jail for the rest of their lives. But it would have made a huge difference. Things would change.
If they start smoking people in the Capitol building, bro, that's a precedent you don't want to. That's a can of worms you open up, dog. That's it. It's over.
Speaking of that, I don't think that's a can of worms we should open up. But I wanted to show you this, talking about that one security guard or cop or whatever he was. What a picture. The no-look pepper spray. Just over there like Jason Kidd. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty solid.
The demographic difference too with this crowd and like the Antifa, it's like everybody's old as fuck. I'm like,
oh, they let so like I said, after they for some reason didn't kill these people. Hold on, I gotta find it now. They asked them just to leave or whatever, right? And oh man, I'm not gonna be able to find it now. There was legit like there was legit like this. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. Oh man, hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on one sec. All right, we're back. So this is the picture I was looking for. So when they asked everybody to leave, they called me like left the building or whatever. How did this person get into the fucking Capitol? No arms, no legs.
Christ.
That goes to what you were saying about the kind of people that were there yesterday. Just fucking lunatics, man. These fucking people that they just lost touch with reality, dude. Like the girl that got.
If I had no arms and legs, I probably would have lost touch with reality a long time ago.
No kidding. Literally and figuratively. Not touching much. The lady that got shot yesterday, you know, it's sad that she died and, you know, it sucks that that happened. But I mean, if you look back, they were showing like her tweets and shit. She bought into the QAnon shit hard and she was like, storm is coming, Civil War, January 6th. It's like, come on, man. Like, yeah, it could have been avoided. But
like, why don't people do that for like Medicare for all or something? You know,
or something that matters, exactly.
Checks.
Or have a better plan. Like just a better their plan was to get into the Capitol. That's it. That was the end of the plan. Like, what were we trying to accomplish?
The only people that could rile that many people up is like Alex Jones. He's got like a big following, but that's not the kind of
people you want. Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know.
And that's the thing. I don't know. And that, it's crazy because I get like the idea, but you have to like either A, have a better like setup, like a better plan, or you have to have like a leader that's going to get demands or something.
Yeah.
Like,
or just committed to go all the way.
But the thing is, that's not that could give you the opposite response, though. You know what I mean? People could push back twice as hard now if you go too hard. So you need like someone intelligent at the head of everything to figure out, you know, the best course of action. They clearly don't have that.
Well, that's what they say when revolutions happen is when like the upper middle class starts getting fucked over. Because then they have like degrees and shit and they know how to organize. And that's when usually a revolution happens.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's the other thing is like there's ways to do this without violence. But the shit happens quicker because people get scared and people end up doing things,
Trump, you know. Put that response out is just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
It's elections to fraud. No, yeah, you should probably go home or something. But it's still a fraud.
I've said this many times on the show. I was never like a Trump supporter, but I also thought people overblew all the shit. I thought that like they were giving him a hard time because he said dumb shit. But I was like, you know, it's not that different. It doesn't matter who's the president. It doesn't really change anything. But in the last like 2 months, he's lost any sliver of goodwill he had with me is gone out the window. He's lost his mind.
I like him for different reasons because the reason I like him is because like it's like, yeah, this is what you get from fucking everybody over for 40 years. It's like, what do you expect? It's like, yeah, let's fucking light it all on fire. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're
like, oh, this is just some crazy aberration that Trump's. Nah, dude, there's gonna be another Trump coming, dude.
Yeah, but it's also the people that are like so supportive of him just think he's the greatest person that ever. They think he's fucking
Well,
Gandhi.
They like him because
he walks on water. No, they don't. They're just idiots. Honestly, I hate to say it, but the people most of those people are fucking dumb. Now, I'm not saying if you are Republican or if you like Trump that you're dumb. I'm saying those people that were at the fucking protests are stupid people. You know,
I was listening
and I'm not trying to talk down or say anything like I'm smarter than these people or whatever. Maybe they're the fucking geniuses and I'm the idiot. Who knows? But to me,
a lot of that you got to put on the media as well. It's like, how did these people get indoctrinated like that? That's the fucking there's no real news anymore.
No, 100%.
People are brainwashed, both
Yeah.
sides.
Of course. And I think that that's a result, like you said, of all years of, I guess
Just
the best
fucking
word for
everyone.
it exactly is just
Nobody's got a job. All the jobs are in China. It's like, what else are they gonna do, dog?
yeah. I mean, you gotta do something, right? And that's the thing. People are nickel and diming these fucking with the stimulus checks and the unemployment. That's the thing that I think is so crazy to me that they dropped the ball on that, because like those are the people you don't want upset with nothing to lose.
Exactly.
You don't want those people
maybe they'd
fucking
be all right.
pissed.
Maybe that wouldn't happen.
And I wonder how
But
many
they
of those
won't look
people
at it like that. They'd be like,
no, they
these are
won't.
just fucking animals.
Yep.
Like, okay.
I
Well,
wonder
keep
how many
fucking
of those
going.
people.
We'll see how bad it gets.
I wonder how many of those people in that crowd were directly affected by that stimulus or the
And
unemployment
lockdowns and all that
and
shit.
lockdown. Exactly, they're small business owners. I wonder how many of those people were in the crowd. I would say probably a big amount. All right, let's get into the episode. Sorry, I just jumped into my phone to pull up some stuff for the podcast, and the first picture I saw on my phone was that picture I sent you of that guy's teeth from yesterday.
Yeah.
He was like a reverse vampire.
Yeah.
He only had the 2 teeth on the bottom.
Okay.
Oh boy. Well, let's jump in. We have some emails we saved from last week that because we did our very well a lot of response from our last episode on the worst thing to happen in
Worst of the
2020.
worst.
Yeah, and it was the Kobe death, and we got like 5 different people responded on YouTube saying "R.I.P. Kobe," and we made the right choice. So we'll take it. I agree. I stand by that. I think that was, if you take COVID out of the equation, I think that was the most tragic thing that happened in 2020. So, but if you want to email us, guys, it's podcastscam@gmail.com. Podcastscam@gmail.com. Write us in whatever you want to talk about. We'll answer most of it. We've answered pretty much anything they've asked. Even some. What was that really dumb one? What's your favorite character from Jackass?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're real people, dude.
Yeah.
So we got something this week. Got something this week. So this one, what is the first memory? Jason from South Carolina wants to know, what is the first memory that you can remember?
First memory?
Yep.
Like as a kid?
I guess like your the first memory you can think of. I read that earlier and I was like, I have no idea.
I can go back to like being 7 in school.
Yeah. 3.
Yeah, I can remember being in school, but I do remember getting dropped off at kindergarten.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, anything beyond that, 4 years old.
So when I saw this email last week, I was reading through them today to pick out which ones we were going to do on the show today. And that one, I really can't remember like much from like that age, but I do remember a traumatic experience, but I don't know if what I remember is true, because I have this really nasty scar on my forehead. And I know it's from, I fell into a sliding glass door when I was a kid. I tripped and fell into a sliding, like I was running inside, the door was closed. I panicked at the last second, slammed in a sliding glass door. I was like 4 or 5 years old, but I have the scar. That's the only reason I remember it. You know what I mean? And I feel like I remember that, but I don't think that's a real memory. You know what I mean? I think it's just the scar. I've built it in my head.
Oh, I remember all the injuries when I was young.
That's what I mean. But every other injury I remember. So I don't know if that's real or if I just have heard the story so many times. I have a picture in my head of like what that might have looked like. I don't know.
I remember sliding down the bathtub. That's what this scar is from.
Yeah.
We had like a clawfoot tub. I slid down the back and boom, dude, just fucking whacked my head.
Yeah. I have that one. I have the one on my fucking thumb from breaking a glass when I worked at Macaroni Grill. That was a long time ago.
I remember writing "fuck" on the wall and getting soap in my mouth. That was terrible.
With what? Like a marker?
I don't know. It's vivid in my memory.
You got legit soap
You
in
know
your
what's
mouth?
ironic too?
It was like a bar. Wait,
After
like a
I
bar
did it,
of
I
soap?
was like, "Fuck." Oh yeah, she put it in my mouth, dude.
A bar? Like a bar of soap?
Bar of soap, yeah.
Man, that's brutal.
Last
What was
time
like
I did
what
it-
were some of the punishments you had as a kid other than that?
Oh, the belt.
Yeah, I got the belt.
That's when I knew I was a man. I was like 10. Tried to hit him with a belt, just took it from her.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, you better think of another plan. So you grow up, dog.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
You
I
ever
don't
hear
have
this?
to be scared.
You ever hear the story like grandparents would tell like, oh, I used to have to like cut the switch off a tree, and then my my parents would beat the shit out of me with it.
Oh yeah, dude. The Hispanic community we grew up in, I've heard so many crazy Spanish words.
Oh
Dude.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Kneeling on the rice, dude, for hours till their knees bleed.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's getting hit with shoes.
my sister's or my nephew's father, his grandfather would like hold his hand over the gas stove, dude.
Oh my god.
Wild shit.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Those were the days.
yeah, back when men were men and boys were boys, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, there's another part to that, but I'm not gonna say it.
But the switch on the cutting the switch off the tree one was always so fascinating. I mean, my dad never went through that or anything. I've heard that story just from like I guess movies or something. But the thought process, because you go out there and you're like, I don't want to cut one too small because it'll like break or whatever. I don't want to cut one too big because it'll break me. You know what I mean? So it's like, but if I get a heavy one, maybe you can't swing it as hard. You know what I mean?
I think I told this a couple of weeks ago, but I was talking to my dad and he told me about my grandmother. He's like, yeah, because my grandfather he got lost in a fishing on deep sea fishing or whatever, like commercial fishing back in the day before my dad was 13. But he used to fish up in Alaska like that deadliest catch shit. And my dad was like, yeah, when the kids would get all upset, we'd start crying. And my grandmother would be like, yeah, why don't you cry a little louder? Maybe your father can hear you in Alaska.
Oh my God. No, you never told. I never even heard that one.
Yeah, dude.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
You think maybe your grandma killed him? That was just the story?
No,
like
he got lost on the Navigator, ironically.
Yeah. He got lost. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking A.
If I don't see the body, he ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? All right, on to the next. Thank you for your question, Jason. That devolved into way more than what you asked for, but thank you. All right, so this one is, and guys, I really do appreciate when you write in, say where you're from. That's fantastic. So keep doing that. Really enjoying the podcast so far. I've noticed you guys have gotten some questions about favorite movies and favorite characters. But what is the worst movie you have ever seen? Worst in theater and worst overall? Mike from Pensacola, Florida. Thank you for
we can do
Mike.
that in two categories.
Yeah.
We can do like so bad it's good, and then like just bad.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a couple that are like they're still
There's one
good.
I know is Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Yeah, it's a horrible
Hands
movie.
Down,
but
the
I'd
worst
watch it right now.
Yeah, it's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
And the best part was those comments, dude, on that fucking.
We talked about this, right? Oh,
yeah,
fuck it. We'll repeat it.
Some people haven't heard.
If you go Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, if
that's
you go
the
to
OG
like
one with Urkel and
it's
Tara
like the
Reid.
first one, and it's before like the Sharknado and all that shit. But if you go to like
because
Amazon,
that one was a hit, the Mega Shark.
Yeah, exactly. If you go to like Amazon, you can read the reviews, and it's like all people like satirizing the reviews and like spoofing it, like, and they're good. They're good. Like, they're so really funny. It makes the movie better. But another one that's really popular, people like do that with, is The Room. People think it's like it is a bad movie, but it's still entertaining to watch. You ever seen that?
There was one movie that I've walked out of, and I can't remember.
I was about to. All right, wait. So listen, real quick. So The Room is the movie with Tommy Wiseau's the guy, and that movie, The Disaster Artist, with James Franco. They made the making of, and James Franco plays Tommy Wiseau. But I know what you're gonna say. I know what movie it was. It was the Fantastic Four with the Silver Surfer movie, because I remember you saw that, and then like you went on a date, and when you got back, you told me like, I've never walked out of a movie in my life, and I walked out of the
still
fucking
to this day the
Fantastic
only movie
Four
I walked
movie.
out of.
Yeah. So I knew. As soon as I read that, I was like, oh, I know exactly what Malcolm's going to say for the theater.
I mean,
one.
it's hard for me to walk out of a movie.
Yeah, I walked out of there was a movie with Bruce Willis and John Travolta. I think it's called From Paris with Love. I think it's a remake of like an old movie. I walked out of that. That was dog shit. But the worst movie I've ever seen is probably, have you ever seen Waterworld
No.
with Kevin Costner? Oh, that movie is horrible. It's so bad. It's not even good bad. It's just bad. It's confusing. The plot doesn't make sense.
A lot of the Adam Sandler movies make me want to throw up. I hate them. I hate all of them. I mean, besides his old shit where they were good.
Oh yeah,
Or he just started all right, we got a blueprint and we're just gonna make a million of these dumb fucking movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say we talked about this last time you were in town. You didn't like Uncut Gems. You thought it was bad.
Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, see, I liked it. I thought it was fine.
No.
What didn't you like about it?
I can't even, it was so shitty. I can't even remember most of it. I just remember watching it like I know it's gonna happen and this is just terrible.
It wasn't
like anything. What was so special about it?
I thought it was great. The thing about the movie that was interesting is like it made me like anxious because I was like, this guy's like, I hate this guy. Like, I hate the character. He's a douchebag. And like, he was giving me anxiety from watching the movie. And like, anytime a movie can make you feel that way, I guess that's something. But I thought the acting by Sandler was decent. I just thought the movie, there was a few parts, like the part with the weekend and the fight I didn't really care for. I thought it was a little too long, but the ending was fantastic. I liked it. I thought it was good. I remember you saying you didn't like it.
Yeah.
So what's your verdict for the worst movie you've ever seen?
Production levels Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus is so bad. I mean, the ship
is bad,
submarine, it looks like it's made out of cardboard.
But the thing is that like still has redeeming qualities.
CGI, where the shark jumps out of the water and gets the airplane, dude.
Yeah,
30,000 feet.
My favorite part was still in the reviews where they did. They were talking about how like when they were doing the science, it was just literally like them pouring like liquid into one other liquid and then being like, "Oh, we did it!" Like, no, you didn't do anything. All right, let me see if I can pull up some of these reviews real quick. Because I remember there was a ton of them. Okay, here we go. 4-star and up reviews. Or a couple of these are serious, which is sad. You have to take your brain off the hook to enjoy this movie. That's not a good start. All right. This is one of those films that you can't believe they made, but you're glad they did. You get the feeling that the makers weren't exactly being tongue-in-cheek about it. They may have even taken the task of dramatizing a fight between a mega shark and a giant octopus as a serious feat. So bad it's good. Get everyone round with some drinks and nibbles and wonder at its amazing CGI that could have been drawn by a primary school kid. And not all the wooden actors who have Fisher-Price guns.
Yeah, that shit is great.
It says, I have a really low bar when it comes to trashy B movies, but this really needs to try a bit harder.
B movies? That thing is not even close to a B movie. Fuck.
What are these? It's an Amazon review. One is 5 stars. A good, fun movie. This item was also in good condition and arrived in time. One of the reviews on here, 4 stars, could have been a lot worse. Oh, boy. I'm trying to find some of those. I don't see how they possibly could have made a worse film. I'll have to look. I'll do that off air, and then next episode I'll try to pull some of those up. It's too much to look through right now. All right, next question. All right, thank you for your question, Mike. This question, last email of the episode. Will Josh ever do an episode without a hat on? From Ugly Tina. I'm sure that's not her real name. Yeah, maybe I will, just not today. So thank you guys. If you want to email us in, podcastgame@gmail.com.
At least you let the hair poke through so people like,
No, I'm not bald.
Yeah, you're like all surprised and shit. Like, whoa, 50.
What if I pull it off and it's just like right here?
That'd be great.
I've just been like meticulously growing my hair in that one spot, so it looks like I have a full head of hair when I have a hat on.
I can't wear hats, but that's always been my fear. Is like it's like it's like the chicken or the egg with the hats. It's like
Yeah,
did the hat make them go bald, or is the hat just there because they're bald?
I've always heard there's always those stupid fucking old wives' tales or whatever you call them, where like you wear a hat makes you bald. If you fucking wear whitey tighties, your balls shrink. Like there's always some stupid fucking thing that's not true. What was the other one's like drinking Mountain Dew? Drinking Mountain Dew reduces
less
your
sperm.
If you drink Mountain Dew.
No. If you wear tight underwear,
whitey tighties. Yeah, I think that's bullshit too. I don't think that's true.
It's facts.
But you think so?
I don't know.
Let's try it out.
And where's briefs go? Do you get halfway? Do you get like
That's what I'm saying. So you a boxer or a briefs guy?
Boxer briefs.
That's what I wear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand how anyone could wear whitey tighties or like straight boxers.
Straight boxers is like, what's the point?
It's like wearing fucking like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like wearing like
1970s gym shorts.
Exactly. Well, not only that. Have you ever like growing up? I wore boxers and stuff, but because I just thought you were supposed to. But they're so uncomfortable. It's like they're like tight and they're fucking like you're moving side to side and they just like and also like if you wear like jeans, it like sticks to the material sometimes and it's just it's too much, man. You feel like you're wearing a box, like underneath your fucking seriously. And then you're like chafing if you're like active at all in boxers. You can't play basketball in boxers. You know what I mean?
Terrible.
So, I don't understand that. I've been a boxer brief guy pretty much my whole life. And the whitey tighties thing, I understand at some point you have to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like they're starting with leafs and shit, and then eventually it made its way to cotton.
I feel like that's where you end though too. Like I feel like old men always have it, no matter.
But why? I don't get that. I guess that's their time though. You want to hear something that's truly
maybe it's like right before they start cross dressing and wearing panties and shit.
Well, you want to hear something that's truly going to blow your mind more than that. So I heard this. I watched this TED Talks. It was about dreaming. This is This is probably like two or 3 years ago. It was about dreaming and like what dreams mean with consciousness and all this stuff, right? And there's like real science that believes that we didn't start dreaming until storytelling became a thing, right? So it started with people telling stories around a campfire or whatever, and then people would start dreaming, thinking about like the story as they fell asleep or whatever. And then as time has gone on, it's evolved into books, into movies, radio, movies, whatever, right? And I'm listening to this whole thing. I'm like, I'm not really seeing it. And then the guy says, if you grew up in an era where color TV wasn't around, you will dream in black and white, right?
Yeah,
you dream in color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. So I thought I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me because color TV is around now. So listen, right? So I tell my grandfather about this. I tell him, this was 2 years ago. I'm talking to him and I'm telling it because I saw him like a few days after I saw this. And I was like, oh, well, you grew up. And then he goes, what are you talking about? And I'm like, no, like this guy said like this. And he goes, no. What are you dreaming? And I'm like, well, I dream in color. And he goes, bullshit. He dreams in black and white.
Shut up.
And I swear to God. And he said, I never even considered that people dreamed in color. I've never talked about this. I thought everyone dreamed in black and white. So I was like, holy shit.
That's is crazy.
Insane.
Well, did you see that astronaut on Rogan? And he was talking about when he's in space sleeping.
It's different. Yeah.
Well, his dreams become the surroundings of space.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's the word he used? Not visceral. What's that called? When you're like laying down and you like feel like you're having an out of body experience.
I don't know.
God damn it. What's that called? Oh my God.
Out of body experience.
Yeah, I guess. There's a word for it. It's like you're projecting.
About when you're awake in a dream?
No. It's like when you're projecting the dream. He said there's a word that he used, but I forget what it's called.
That's why he's an astronaut. You're not.
Exactly. Yep. That's why I'm sitting my ass here on fucking planet Earth. But yeah, like people on Earth have it where you're laying in bed and you're dreaming the room. But it's not visceral dreaming. There's a word for it, but I don't fucking know what it is.
Subconscious?
No, it's something dumb too. It's not even like it's something so stupid. I don't know. Anyways, so we didn't really last episode since we did the worst of 2020. We didn't really get to talk about our holidays. So
Did we? I didn't do
we did
shit.
not. Yeah. How was your Christmas, New Year's?
Didn't do anything.
No.
I think we did a podcast that night on New Year's Eve. I got pretty drunk. I got lit up.
something
I
like
got
that.
lit up 2 nights ago too.
Yeah.
Drank some IPAs, dude. Just got trashed. I don't know
Yeah.
how. Just so drunk so fast.
Well, that's how it happens. It's a little bit quicker up there, right, in Colorado, because the air's thinner.
Oh yeah. When I go
Your
to
alcohol
Florida, I can
tolerance is a
drink
little
like
bit lower.
tank.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
How's the weather in Colorado?
It's just cold and shitty. I don't know. It's Sunday.
Snowing?
No.
No.
Not much snow this year.
Interesting.
Yep.
But that doesn't make a lot of sense. See, I was always wondered that, right? Because out like Northeast right now, they're getting pelted with snow.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's the opposite every year. It's like if they don't get snow, then the West, the Midwest gets snow. If the Midwest gets snow, then the Northeast doesn't get
Who
snow.
knows?
I don't know.
Fucking
Doesn't make sense to me.
dude.
Yeah.
I keep telling my mom she's in Orlando. I'm like, this house is gonna be beachfront property, dog.
Yep. Or underwater, one or the other.
Hopefully beachfront. We'll see.
Yeah, for me, same old. But it was a little. My Christmas was dampened a little this year because I had fucking COVID.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which fucking sucked. So
Was it everything you thought it would be?
So this is what I'll say. There's reason if you're either already have breathing issues or if you're older, there's reason to like be worried about it and to be concerned about it. But it's the people that say it's just like the flu, that's incorrect. It's you if you those you know those, I know you know at least one person that's like, I probably had it. I was sick a few weeks ago. No, you didn't, because you know if you had it, unless you're asymptomatic, because it's unlike anything I've ever had before. It wasn't like I never felt like I was dying or like
Was it
anything
like a sinus
that.
infection at all?
Pretty much, right? So this
See,
is what
that's
happens.
why I think I had it, dude. But I've never
Yeah.
had a sinus infection, so I don't know.
It's basically like the first day I was like, I had the sore throat and like the fever, which is like the symptoms of any illness that is letting your body know it's fighting off something. The next day I woke up, pounding headache, nose stuffed up. And then like, dude, I was like, this sounds gross, but I was like, my nose was so congested. I woke up the next morning, my nostrils were like closed with snot, right? I was pulling snot out like ropes. I was pulling ropes. Dude,
Like
it was
magician.
like a magician. Ooh, yeah. There's a fucking knot at the end too. No, just pulling that out. I was pulling those out like ropes, and then all of a sudden I couldn't taste or smell anything. And then like the second night, I was in bed. I was getting the chills, the fever. My head was pounding, and I was like getting dizzy. I was sweat. Sweat was just pouring off me, and I was like, all right, I might be in a little trouble here. Like it might be a little something to worry about. And then the next morning I woke up and it was all gone, other than the congestion, and then that slowly started to. But it took like 7 days to start feeling normal again.
Seems like that's always the turning point. It's like either people come right back or they just
They don't exactly. Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. If you listen to Joe Rogan, young Jamie, the producer of the show, he had a very similar situation. But what he experienced was spot on to what I experienced, where there's like that 2 days where you're like, I don't know how this is gonna go, and then it just kind of goes away. But I can see like people that are like susceptible to illnesses or they already have breathing issues, how it can like go downhill quick.
Yeah.
So I think I'm more fearful of it, not for me. Having experienced it, it was kind of worse than I thought it would be, because I've had the flu before. It wasn't like that. The flu, you just feel like the flu. I've had it like once or twice. You just feel like shit for like a week. You don't feel like super sick. Like you're like, I thought I was in like, I've never felt sick like that, man. It was interesting. I know it hits everybody different, but
Did your girl get it?
yeah. She had it first, actually.
Was it easy for her too?
Yeah, no, hers was like 1 day and she was fine. So,
Mm.
but she had that 1 day. She was like, I can't do Christmas this year, and I was like, what are you talking about? It's Christmas, dog. We're going.
Yeah, we got COVID.
Yeah, that's what I said. And then
gift.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next day, I was like, we're not doing shit this year. I'm staying in bed. But you know what? For like, but the worst part of the whole thing is, you know how it is when you're sick, you just start fucking taking NyQuil and medicine and stuff. There's nothing you can take for it to make you feel better. But I was just sleeping. I was just sleeping. I slept 16 hours one of the nights just because I was miserable to be awake. So I just slept. But now my sleeping schedule's all fucked up. I'm waking up. I woke up at 10 p.m. last night. I've been up since 10 p.m.
I know about texting you about this cap of the world's burning down.
Yeah, I know.
Like MIA. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
I woke up to that yesterday. I was like, whoa, I guess some shit happened.
What year is it?
I'll never forget. I know he listens to the podcast. I won't say his name, but one of my buddies, we went out like one night and we went balls to the wall. He blacked out. He passed out on my couch, and he had to work the next morning, or the next. I'm sorry, he had to work the next afternoon, at like 3 or 4 or something. And I woke him up at 11, because I knew he had to work, and I was like, hey, like, wake up. And he was like still out of bed. I had to like shake the shit out of him to wake him up. And he like rolled over. He's like, what time is it? I said, 11. He goes, he like jumps up. He's like, PM? It's like, no, dude, you didn't just sleep 24 hours. What are you talking about? He was like, okay, good.
That hangover tip, I just watched Anchorman.
Yeah.
And there's that part after that party. They're all in the office and fucking Champ's like, I woke up in a Japanese family's house and they would not stop screaming. That shit was great.
You know, I don't know why I like even thought of this. I was thinking about this the other day, and I looked up something on YouTube, and it was about how when they like originally wrote the script for Anchorman, it was Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell, and I can never remember that fucking guy's name that plays Champ, but he's famous too. The thing is, he has such like a boring name. That's why you don't. It's like David fucking.
Yeah, I always get him confused with Rob Corddry for some reason, but I remember Rob Corddry's name.
Yeah, and then the other guy, John C. Reilly, but his name is like you remember that because of the initial. I feel like makes me remember. That's the Step Brothers guy. I put fucking his name's not Champ Bailey either. That's fucking a football player. What is it? Champ Kind. Champ Kind. David Koechner. That's the guy's name. Anyways,
yeah. Best movie he's ever made is that Cheap Thrills. That is the wildest movie.
Yeah, that's up there. He's in a lot of stuff that when you go back and watch, he's in The Office. Remember? He's like the district manager. He's like maybe a pedophile, maybe a fucking I don't know. But it was just them three had like, or it was Will Ferrell's like idea or whatever, and then they would like talk about shit because I guess they all worked on Saturday Night Live together or something. And they would just like riff it, and then Adam McKay, whoever wrote the movie, just like had them like go on set and just figure it out. Like the story just went whatever way they wanted it to go, and that's how those movies got made, which is like kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
But you can see it when you rewatch it, knowing that you could like totally see that they're just kind of like whatever Will Ferrell says is what's happening in the story now.
They showed a blooper reel at the end. And it's that scene where he says San Diego means whale's vagina or whatever.
Yeah. And he says like 100 different things that it
he just starts cracking. I'm just like, this is so insane.
Oh man.
We haven't brought up the biggest news of the week.
Is it Bitcoin?
No, Tanya Roberts coming back from the dead.
Oh yes.
And then dying again. So
if you don't know who Tanya Roberts is,
died from a UTI. I don't know if you've seen her boyfriend, but I can't imagine where she got that from.
So Tanya Roberts, she was an actress. She was in one of the James Bond movies, and she was also one of Charlie's Angels, and was very hot, and very hot for her age. Like when she died, she was still like super hot. But she, so it got reported last week or a couple days ago actually that she died, and then it came out on TMZ that she actually wasn't dead, and that whoever it was, her publicist or somebody, like mistakenly thought she died because her boyfriend said that she died in his arms, and then he left the hospital, and they're like, she's gone. So he thought she was dead. Told the publicist. He told TMZ. Then he's doing an interview with TMZ. The boyfriend, who's missing teeth, he looks like. He has liver spots all over his hand. He's just fat, greasy old guy. And he gets a phone call that she's in fact still alive. So he starts crying because he's so happy that she's still alive. Guess what? No, she's dead. She died the next day. Terrible. Horrible. The fact she
What
died
did they
from
mean
a
when she was
UTI.
gone? Like she went to the cafeteria or something in the hospital? It was like, no, she just went down to get something to eat.
Yeah.
Gotta choose
She's
your
in the
words
bathroom,
wisely.
man. Yeah.
That's great.
So to give you an idea, this is what the boyfriend looks
That'd
like.
be a
This
great
is-
scene in a movie. Like she's gone, and then you're just like, fuck. Look, they look at the bed, just leave the room, and then walks out of the bathroom.
goes back like, where'd everybody go? All right, so this is what the boyfriend looks like. This is this guy, right? So as you can see, it's not a great picture of him, but it's also not a great picture of how bad he looks. And we're not shaming this guy.
Yeah,
Maybe a little
not?
bit, but this is what Tanya Roberts. This is what she was looking like in her prime. There's a few pictures on here. Nice blue eyes. She was a Bond girl, so she was very attractive. That was her in that '70s show. She was Donna's
when
mom.
you first sent me that, I was like at the gym and I just read it, and you were like, I think you said like Donna's mom, and I just took it as like Donna was dead. I was like, damn, I didn't know she was so old.
Well, do you remember? I like. It's funny because there's like characters that are really great on shows like that you just totally forget about. And then when I saw that she died, I'm like, oh yeah, she was like a great character on that '70s show. Like she was just like the ditzy
Midge.
mom or whatever. Midge, yep. Do you remember that one scene where it's like one episode, I guess, where Donna finds like used panties in Eric's room, and like, or it's in the in the basement.
Yeah.
She's trying to figure out whose they are, and ends up being like the moms. But Kelso and what's the foreigner guy's name?
Fez
and I'm not calling him the foreigner. They call him that in the show. Fez and Kelso are right there, and she's like, "Oh, those are mine," and they think that means that he slept with the mom too. So they're like, "You're a god" or whatever. They're like bowing to him. Oh man. So interesting. I'm gonna stay on this. So it looks like there's rumors that President Trump is planning on pardoning himself before he leaves office, which is unprecedented.
I read about it. You can't do that. You can't.
No, you can't. He's gonna try.
You can't pardon something that hasn't happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would protect him. I don't know. I don't understand it, but if he's worried about it, man, that means that he's got to be worried about the legal troubles.
I'm still willing to take the bet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that there's. I don't know if he'll get prosecuted for anything, but I think he'll at least have to go to court or something. I don't know if he ends up getting, or he'll at least get charged. I think. I don't know if he ends up. They
want to impeach him and shit now. It's like, dude, it's 1 more week.
It's 10 days.
Can we get to the week? Come on.
Well, they're talking about invoking, was it the 25th Amendment, where they can just pull him out of power? I mean,
yeah,
because it's funny though. Before yesterday, I've been like, how much damage can this guy do? It's a week, but he can clearly get his supporters to do pretty much anything he says.
Here's the big kicker, the surprise. The problems aren't going away when he leaves.
No.
So.
Yeah. They're also like, that's an interesting thought. Like, how long does this Trumpism, MAGA, how long does that last? Forever now?
The Trumpism doesn't last forever, but the sentiment behind it does.
Yeah, it'll transfer to someone else, right? Whether it's his son or
somebody will pick up that baton. That's why Ted Cruz and all them are objecting to the election, because they want to run in 24. So
nobody's.
Let me
it's not going to be Ted Cruz. It won't be Ted Cruz. If Ted Cruz ends up being the candidate, then Biden will win again.
Yeah,
Biden's corpse will win again.
That best clips with Trump at that Republican debate in 2016. It's like Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. First of all, this guy's a liar, and this guy doesn't know how to do shit. It's like one of the best clips of all time.
Remember, like he was just making fun of Ted Cruz's wife. He's not attractive, That's
one thing I give Trump credit for. He opened the floodgates to just start calling these motherfuckers out, dude.
And I was gonna say he definitely changed the game, because now these people they don't mince their words anymore. They say what they mean.
Yeah, and it starts showing how much of scumbags they are.
Yeah, which isn't really a shock to anyone, or shouldn't be a
No,
shock to
but
anyone.
I don't. Yeah, don't sugarcoat it. If you're a douchebag, you're a douchebag.
Yeah. We were talking about it a little bit. Oh wait. So I stumbled across this on Twitter the other day, and I thought that you would enjoy this. So, um, you're familiar with the Taken actor Liam Neeson, correct?
Yeah,
I'm Irish. He's Irish, so I like Liam Neeson, even though he said some questionable things recently, or I guess it was a few years ago now. But I found this to be interesting. So it seems like Liam Neeson, whenever he goes out for a night on the town, is a little bit of an issue. The issue is that he pisses himself in public every time he gets drunk.
What?
Look how fucking drunk he looks in all these pictures. But he pisses himself.
You know what?
Every
That's actually a
time.
problem. Like some people, it's like a medical condition.
Yeah. Look at his face here, though. It's just so creepy.
Yeah.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah. I also lack another particular set of skills. Fuck, I didn't know that. I watched 3 Days to Kill with
I don't know which one that is.
it's with Kevin Costner, I think. Pretty good.
Oh.
And it's got the albino dude from like fucking Barry, and I think he's the Da Vinci Code guy too, right?
Hank. Well, wait, what? Tom Hanks?
The albino guy? The white dude has like no eyebrows.
Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, unless there's 2 albino actors right now.
They're just running rampant in Hollywood right now. One thought I did write down was, and you reminded me, why does Mel Gibson keep making these terrible movies? Did you see that Christmas movie he made?
Mm-mm. My dad said he watched a movie with him in that dictionary movie. He said it was good.
Yeah.
Well, then he was like Sean Penn's, and I was like, I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah.
Hard pass.
So
I got a couple words they can look up in that dictionary for Sean Penn.
Well, for some reason, Mel Gibson, talented actor, obviously has like a weird past as well with some questionable things he said. A little anti-Semitic.
He's made some great movies, though.
He has. He's a great actor. But for some reason, he keeps making these horrible movies. So he was in this movie called Fat Man, which actually has Danny McBride in it. Oh, no, he's not in it. He was the executive producer. Sorry. The plot follows an unorthodox Santa Claus who must fight off an assassin sent by a vengeful, naughty kid who got coal for Christmas. Okay? And he plays Santa, and there's assassins trying to kill Santa. This is real. I'm not making this up. This is a real fucking movie. It got horrible reviews. And he just keeps chucking out these fucking dog shit movies. Let's see what I got Rotten Tomatoes. A 46 on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't the worst, but he just has like these string of just terrible movies. All right, so then he has this other one called Force of Nature. This one also got bad reviews. 3.2 out of 10 on Metacritic and a 29 on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, no, I'm sorry, a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie before that, The Professor and the Madman.
That's that dictionary movie.
Okay, that one got a 5.5 and a 43 on Rotten Tomatoes. Dragged Across Concrete. This one got a decent rating, 5.9. Which isn't good, but for compared to what the other ones are getting. These are all in the last year. He just makes these dog shit fucking. He's just in anything. It seems like I don't understand it.
But those aren't ones he directed, right?
No, just actor. He's only directed The Man Without a Face, Braveheart.
Dude, that Passion of the Christ, I didn't realize it can grow so much. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. One of the top grossing movies of all time. Passion of the Christ, Apocalypto, which I forgot about, and then Hacksaw Ridge, which I believe won an Oscar.
No.
What? What'd you say?
But oh no. Oh, I know what movie this is. I think I don't think
Which
I've
one?
seen it. The
The
Hacksaw
Hacks.
Ridge.
Oh yeah, it's like a war movie. It's like the medical guy. It's the guy that played Spider
Yeah,
Man.
doesn't have a gun.
Yep. Yep. I think they won some kind of awards. I don't know if it was Oscar. Let's see. Best film editing, best sound mixing, and was nominated for best picture, best director, best actor, and best
You know,
sound
I
editing.
forgot he was also in all those Lethal Weapons, dude.
Yeah. And I was just gonna say, if you look through his filmography, there's like just a drop off. He was in
What's his
Mad
net worth? He's got to
Max.
be worth some fucking cash, dog.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's find out.
Yeah, $500 million,
Is he really?
425.
So why the fuck is he making these movies? Just retire, dude. Or just keep
Hollywood,
directing.
Fuck you! Like you can't cancel me.
I
Can hate whoever I want.
mean, that's what I'm saying. Just fucking, just direct the movies. Stop acting in these horrible movies. He's got 2 more coming out this year. Boss Level, which I can tell you is going to be bad just from the poster, and Last Looks, which there isn't a poster for yet. But I wouldn't count on that one being good either. So,
Retired special forces officer is trapped in a never-ending time loop on the day of his death.
that one's good. That's Looper.
Little few. This is it's a remake, that Boss Level.
Oh, that sounds exactly like the movie Looper with Bruce Willis. Read it again.
No, it's not. The poster just looks like it's from the fucking 70s.
Read it again. Read the synopsis again.
A retired special forces officer is trapped in a never-ending loop. It's kind of like futuristic Groundhog Day.
No, it's the movie Looper with Bruce Willis. That's exactly what. I bet if I find the synopsis,
I'm thinking of Jumper. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I mean the movie Looper is literally Bruce Willis is stuck in a time loop where he kills himself. He's like this guy that kills. They send people back in time to kill people, and he's like trapped in this time loop because he like himself comes back. And it's complicated. It's too complicated to explain. It's good. That's a good movie though, with Bruce Willis. Anyways, any final thoughts before we get out of here? Predictions on the end of the start of the Civil War?
No, but like I said, I want to do that episode where we draft the United States.
Yeah, we can do that next week because I want to do that today, but we just didn't have a.
No, I need some time. I gotta look at what states have. It's not going to be just left versus right because that's not how it'll break down.
No. I mean, I already know mine.
Both people want Texas, so.
Well, my number one pick, depending on if you get the pick first or if you get the pick first, I'm assuming you're going to go Texas.
Oh, of course.
So Texas off the board. So I have where I'm already thinking. I'm already 2 steps ahead. I'm already ready for it. So now we tease that. We'll have to do that next week. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at @Scam_podcast. Sorry, I'm extremely tired. I've been up since 10 p.m. last night. At @Scam_podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitch, Scam_podcast. We'll be streaming more just with the holidays and been pretty busy. So keep an eye out for that. If you're listening to audio, like I said, follow us on YouTube, 2-word Scam Podcast. And if you're watching on YouTube, download the audio somewhere. iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And if you guys have any other questions you want to ask us, podcastgame@gmail.com. But other than that, thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back. You know what? We didn't talk about this, but I have the results of the picks, and we're going to have to do that tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow with NFL picks for the Super Wild Card weekend. So,
Yep.
see you then.
See ya.
Later.